Okay, so this is regarding question 7 of G3. Okay, so Arnav, you can go ahead. So what is the problem that you are facing? RIT by. Okay.
Same issue is
Okay. Arnav, is this the problem that you are facing? Arnav, you are not audible in case if you are trying to say something.
Am I audible now, sir?
Yes, yes, now you are.
Yes, sir. So if I change my method to get,
Mhm.
then see. Okay, this time it's showing method not allowed here itself. Actually, previously it was showing some things like I might have its. No, sorry, I don't have that right now, but I don't know why I'm not getting that this time.
Okay, so regarding this problem that you are facing with post, so actually whenever you try to access a URL from browser, it will send a get request. So if you want to send an post request, you would need to install some extension like um, Thunder
With
client, and then the other one is Postman. So
Postman and
or Thunder client, one of them. So if you just go to the extensions tab
okay.
and over here search for Postman or Thunder client. Yeah, this is the one. I think if you install Thunder client, then you won't have to sign in anywhere. But here you would have to create an account. So using
Sir,
Thunder
can you
client is
spell it?
paid now.
hmm?
Thunder client is paid now, I
Oh,
think.
is it?
Yes, they have recently changed.
Okay, okay. Oh, I'm using free version. I don't know how. When did they change? Is it some 1 or 2 days ago?
Recently,
Okay, okay,
you can check.
okay.
Thunder client I've installed, it is not showing any pay something.
Oh, okay, okay. If you don't know, uh, Arnav,
Yes, sir.
I'll just go back to extensions tab.
Okay.
Yeah, over there, search for Thunder client. I think that doesn't
Okay,
require you to install, I mean, do any authentication and those things.
it's done. I think. The sir, can you tell me spelling?
THUNDER,
Come again.
Hmm.
THUNDER.
Thunder client is paid now, but it has some basic stuff free, but
Oh, is it?
still some stuff is free. But like if you can only make 15 collections and or something. Sorry, 3 collections and do 15 requests
Hmm.
per
Is this?
Yeah, this is the one. 15 requests per.
collection,
Okay.
3 collections or something.
Okay.
Hey, we can just have our own documentation for this. So I don't know like why they're charging, but then it's okay.
Earlier they don't used to charge. Okay. So you see that thunder icon just below the
Yes,
postman
sir.
icon. Just click over there
Yes.
and click on
Yes.
new request button.
New request button. Yeah.
And over here is instead of get select post,
Yeah.
and in the URL instead of https www thunderclient.com, you can use the local host address. Just copy it from the browser.
So what we are doing over here, Jibraj?
Basically, whenever we send a request, so for 3 question 7 and 8, we need to send a post request, right? But whenever you try to access any URL through your browser, it will actually send a GET request.
Mhm.
So if you use Thunder Client and these things, then you will be able to send a post request. Okay, just click on cancel button. And okay, that is because the server is not running. Okay, now click on send button. Okay, 422.
Sir, after making get to post, what we have to do? Actually, I'm also follow up that which you are saying.
Mhm. uh, Wait. Uh, can you go to
Okay.
body in Thunder Client itself?
Okay. Okay. Wait.
Yeah. Just click on body, headers authentication body. Yeah, and you pull this down. Yeah, yeah, pull it down. And over here, create a JSON object. Create a JSON object.
How do you do that?
Uh, Put curly braces,
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
and then you put. So can you go back to question 7? Question 7
Question 7, sir. This is okay. From.
on portal.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, sir.
Yeah, yeah. Just scroll a bit up. So here in the example, you can see how you want to send that object. So just copy this part. Yeah, just copy this
Yeah.
and
Copied.
paste it there. And now remove those three dots. Okay, click on send button. Okay, now you can have a look at the um, error in the console. The API key client option must be set either by passing API key to the client or by setting the OpenAI key environment variable. So are you trying to access OpenAI key?
Yes, sir.
Okay, can you show that code? And is it available in uh, get env? I think it fetches from a file. So is there any file .env or something?
No, sir.
Okay, so you would have to create that file. That's why it is getting this error.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, sir. I will do that then.
Yeah. Yeah. So instead of that, for now, what you can do, you can just
Hmm.
comment a whole code that is after 172,
Okay.
line number
One second.
172.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And now comment this whole code till where this function ends. Till this function ends. Okay. And now on line number 172, you just write return hello or something. Something simple. Return. And you put this hello inside quotes. Yeah. Just save it and send one request. Okay, can you rerun the server?
Okay.
Yeah, just click on send button again. That is okay. Just go back to question7.py. Now over here, comment the line where you are trying to access OpenAI token. No, not here. The place where you have defined OpenAI key. Yeah, this is the one. Line number 149. Just comment it. Okay. Now try to send one request. That is okay. So you would have to restart server.
No.
Okay. Did you save question7.py?
Yes, sir. I have saved it.
Okay. Can you show me the whole error? OpenAI dot the API key option must be set either by passing this or by doing that. Can you show your code? Question7.py. Okay, okay, okay. That is because what you are trying to do. Wait a second. So you are trying to send a request using OpenAI module, Python module, right?
Yes, sir.
But you won't be able to do that. So the way
Okay.
you send a request is through unanswered proxy.
I see. Actually, I tried that also, but in that also it was giving error. So,
No,
okay,
no,
sir,
no,
I
no.
can do it now. No, I have understood this.
Uh, Arnav,
Yes, sir.
okay. Okay, you can just stop sharing your screen. I
Okay,
will
okay,
share
sir.
my screen.
Okay, sir.
I lost the flow out after when we copy the JSON body in the body font, body tab.
Okay, okay. I will do it again. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So what I was going to tell. Yeah. So when you're trying to send and request through OpenAI, this is how you can get access to the environment variable and these things. Then the actual requesting part, is it in this one? Yeah, this is the one. So actually you send a request using request module that is present in Python, and then you send a post request to this particular URL, and then you also define headers which has the information about your authentication token, and then you pass the actual JSON body. So this is how you will be sending a request to OpenAI. Not use don't use import OpenAI module or something like that. I don't know.
Yes, sir.
So did you understand how you have to send request to OpenAI?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I got it.
Yes. So just use this request module and then you pass it like this.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Um,
Thank you, sir.
and let me have a look at something. Okay, what I was talking about. Let me create one more file over here, and that is dot. Okay. Here I will just ask for a basic fast API application. Give me code for a basic fast API application. Also add course to it and write one right and write some code for post request. Okay. And now I will need to import. No, not import. I will need to get these things over here, and then I will need to put fast API.
Sir, sorry to interrupt, but I have to leave for some urgent work. Can I ask you for the email ID for so just I can connect you with the queries?
Okay, you can actually create a Discord post.
Yes, sir. I have created the discourse post, but you have
Okay, maybe what I will do after this session, I will create some code that runs a fast API application, and then I will try to send one or two requests, some post request or some put request, and uh, using Thunder client, and maybe we can also use curl or something. That I will check, and then I will create a video, and then maybe we'll upload it on YouTube, or I will upload it on Drive or somewhere, and then we'll share it. Okay.
okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. I'll take your leave, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. So over here, instead of all this, I can just remove this stuff from here. I can even remove this thing, and let me just remove this piece of code, and let's call it A1, and let's just return hello, and let me try to run this application. Mm, okay, I will have to use Ubicorn. And Pydantic, I don't think we have actually used it, so maybe I will just remove it because we have already removed that piece of code. And yeah, so over here we are serving an application which have post method on this particular endpoint. Now I will try to hit this particular endpoint with a post request. Okay, so I will first install Thunder client, THUNDER, and now I will send a new request. The privilege does not.
One thing, Jivraj. After that code line number 19, 20, 21, 23. So those what will go in those brackets?
Over here, right?
Yeah.
So this is to allow request from some other external servers. So let us say if you are sending, if you are submitting URL to this particular assignment, then this server is trying to access uh, your local host. So you can mention those servers over there. So if I just copy this from here and then I just paste here, then this the request can come from this particular external server, but it won't be able to request from calendar.com and these things. So this is just to prevent requests. So instead of this, if we just say star, then anyone can access this application. So they can request from other servers. But we can actually restrict by listing those servers. So let us say this is the one that we are allowing to access, then let us say we also allow to access GA2. And I think this is not the correct way. We just need to mention the domain and then it will have access. Did you understand, Ani?
One thing is there, like so the sole purpose of that one is to allowing other persons to access the app which you have made.
Yeah, yeah,
And if we will put star, anyone can access it from anywhere.
yeah, yeah. And over here you can define the function. So like you
Okay,
can put
what you
get
want to
function.
do.
Yeah. So now let us say if you put some this particular domain over here, and you are listing these two functions, get and post, then these are the only two functions that will be accessible uh, by this server. It
And
won't
this is
have
your
access
server.
to
This
other
will
servers.
be your server, for example.
So this can be any server. You can it can be any server, but on this local host, if this server tries to send a request, then only that request will uh, be a valid request. If some other server tries to access data of localhost, then it won't be able to do that.
So this allow origin will be you have to mention uh, the domain name of that place from where you are trying to access that data. Is that correct?
Yeah,
And allow methods will be these two things will be your what you will be using over here, get and post.
No, no. These are the. I mean, I can have multiple methods. I can have get, post. I can even have put. But these are the two methods that will be accessible from this server.
Hmm.
So if there is some method that uses post put request, then it won't have access to uh, that particular method because we are restricting it to have access to
So
get and post.
how come when you are trying to reach out, like you are taking the data from other server, how you are restricting like how you are fixing the credential on their behalf?
So in headers, we get the information about from where this particular request is coming, and in header we can actually. So if this request is coming through this server, then in request headers we get the information about where this request is coming from, and then we also get the information about is it a post request or is it a get request.
Jivraj, one thing. So allow origin is some like domain name of some other person.
Hmm. Okay.
Okay. Allow
It can be
method
domain name or it can even be some
page name,
private IP address.
IP address, and allow method will be what you are trying to do with that particular data, with that source.
No. See, if there are multiple methods, like if there is one more method, let us say that is put method, okay, and let us say this is your put method, then if you try to access, so if you send a put request through this server to my local host, then you won't be able to do that. And that is because I'm only allowing you to use these two methods. And now let us say if I just remove post as well, now you won't be having access to post method that is there. So if some external server tries to send a post request, then it this that request won't be a valid request. My server won't generate a valid response, so it won't run execute this particular piece of code, whatever is there.
So this allow origin will be the IP address where you will be hosting your app, if I'm getting it correct, or anything, or any source.
It can be anything. So right now, where have we hosted this application? We are actually running it on our local machine, right?
Hmm.
On 127.0.0.1.
So when we are trying to reach out to this particular server, we will be able to use those only two methods which you are mentioning over there, get and post. If
Yeah, and
we
that too from this particular server only.
Okay.
Yeah. So if this server sends get request to my local host, then it will get a valid response. But if somebody else sends a get request uh, to my local host, then it won't allow. It won't send a valid response to that particular server. So this is just this is for security purpose. This defines who all can access your server. So basically who all will be able to send requests to your server and which all type of request you are allowing them to send.
So these are the tag name H1, H2, those things. Allow headers, the one which you have mentioned in start.
H1, where is H1?
No, no, no. I'm asking, does that mean H1 and H2, or does that mean something else? Allow headers.
Allow headers.
Mm-hmm.
No, no, that is not H1 and H2. So basically, uh, the so see on network level, if you send request, there are multiple things that gets passed. So if I just show you one of the request, let me go to Discords and let me get this console, this network tab. over here, if you look at one of these requests, so here this is response headers, but there is something called request header. So all these information gets sent to uh, to the server where we are trying to send a request. So we are trying to reach this server, okay, and then these are the information that will be sent in header. So it is, so if we say allow headers as star, that means we are allowing any headers. So in header it can be anything. It can be a cookie or some other kind of authentication. If it is a token, so there are multiple ways to authenticate something. Okay.
Okay.
Jivraj, sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, Atimanash.
Yeah, I was late and I would like to know what exactly are we doing today?
So basically right now I was showing how you can send a request. Okay, Thunder client now needs this. Okay, let me download the free version and let me install it. And I think now I will be able to send request. No.
No, no, I meant are we doing graded assignments or are we doing project related work? So
Mm, I was trying to send a post request to this particular endpoint that I have created. So there are multiple methods. For example, get is one, then post is another method. So I was trying to send. So whenever you try to access some URL from browser, then it will send get request. So I was sending a post request. For that, I need this Thunder client. That is something is not working at the moment. Okay, I will create an recorded video and then I will upload it to YouTube or some, or I will just upload it to Drive.
I'm really angry at Thunder Client. It is really just a wrapper for a simple command. They're charging $36.
Yeah, they are now charging $16, right?
Hmm.
is there no alternative to Thunder Client for this purposes?
I'm trying to build an extension. Maybe I'll share that with you.
Okay. So how many of you have started doing project? Hello. Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't personally. I was going to ask about that. I would like to know like when are the sessions planned for the demonstration of the last semester's project, I believe.
Yeah, it is related to project 2 of last semester.
So like without some kind of example, it's kind of hard to just know where to start off and like
Sure. Okay. Is my screen visible?
yes, yes, it
Okay.
is.
So this is project 1 page, and then over here, uh, you need to create two endpoints. One is backslash run, and then the other one is backslash read. So over here, when you are trying to run some task, it will have some task description. For example, on so if we have, so first you will have to get data from this particular URL. So the way to get data is, hmm, so you run uv run and then the path to this script and then you append your roll number over here. You can use Postman or just curl directly. Yeah, you can do. So this is how you can get the data into your system. Once you get this data, actually we want okay, I have already got the data, so this is something that we can use to get data. But after you get the data, then it will create these files inside your local system. Okay, and then uh, now if you look at the task A2, so that requires us to format this particular file using prettier 3 point this some version. So this particular task we have already done in GA1. So we had a markdown file and then we used prettier to format it. So that is exactly what we have to do. So right now we have this file and we need to format it using prettier. And then we'll,
Jivraj,
yeah.
if I can speak. In the top of that section, it is saying that we need to automate that. By automation does not mean we have to write a script that will essentially just do everything that's written here by itself if someone else is running it.
Yes, exactly.
We have to, I think we have to use the LLM to make it use these commands. Like we ask it to do A1 or A2, and the LLM will carry it out, or we have to write a script to carry these out.
So you are correct. You will have to use LLM. So actually, see for task 3, it can be any one of these. So for example, it can be, so task can come like this. The file, this is the name of the file that contains list of dates and then one per line, and then you would need to count number of Wednesdays and then you write out uh, to this particular file. So this is task in English, and then you can get the same task in Hindi. Okay, so for that you will have to use LLM, or and that would get you, so that will, maybe it will write some function code, or it can use function calling. So I will just demonstrate that part. You will actually have to automate it using LLM itself. So this is what we have, and now, okay, this is something that, so we have this subprocess module. What that allows to do, can anyone explain me what is use of sub module, if somebody knows about it?
Sorry, use of what?
Sub process module.
Oh,
Anyone aware about that? Okay, so what sub process will allow us to do, let us say we want to execute a command, for example this particular command, this uv run, and then the path of this particular script, and then we are passing a roll number as argument. So actually we can even run this piece of command using subprocess module in Python. So I will just use that first because that is something we need to do. Okay, so I will create one file, and now I will import subprocess, and let's execute one subprocess dot run, and let's have a look at the uh, this is one format. So let me use npx, and then let me use this stuff, and instead of writing it out, okay, we can write it out. And let me change the name of this particular file. Mm, okay, let's keep it. Instead of having this heavy code, I will just keep something very simple. So we'll keep uv, and then we'll use run, and then maybe we can say hello world.py, and let us see what this does. So I will create one hello world.py file, and that will just print hello world. Okay, so can anyone guess what will happen if I execute this script 1.py? Anyone have any idea what will happen if I execute this script 1.py? Okay,
Hey, what are you doing? Subprocess.
yeah, I'm trying to run a sub process. So I have created this file, which if I execute this particular file, it will just print hello world, right?
So wouldn't that subprocess thing, it is like, because it is called subprocess, shouldn't it just run the hello world.py using that uv run command?
Okay, but then how would you run that?
You
From
do not have,
terminal, right?
huh?
From this terminal. But let us say I want to run it from a Python script.
You can just do that plus sign,
Plus sign.
the play sign, play sign.
This particular symbol.
Run
No,
Python
no,
file.
no, 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 no. What I want to do, I have this particular script and I want to execute that script from 1.py. So is it possible? Like if I go over here and then if I hit this run button, then it will work. But what I want to do, I want to execute this hello world.py from 1.py.
Mm,
Okay, why it is useful? For example, in in this project, we will have to um, write a generic code, right? So, for example, uh, how many Wednesdays are there, and same can come as an Hindi prompt, right? So for that, we'll have to understand that prompt, and then maybe we'll ask LLM to write code. But whatever code LLM would write, we will have to execute that piece of code on our local machine. So the way to do that is we get the code from LLM, and then we save that code in some file, and then we execute that file using subprocess. So all that happens while running the main script. Did you get idea why we need to do this?
which question is this?
This is not related to question. It is related to project.
Okay.
Okay. So in project, see over here, you can get any task. So these are the 10 tasks that are there, but then you can get some other task as well. So developer will call this particular endpoint with a task description similar but not identical to the one listed above. So they will be similar, but they won't be uh, exactly same. And there might be some new prompt itself. So there can be some some task that is not listed here. Okay. So now I am trying to execute hello.world.py using 1.py file, and I will execute that file. Okay, now it prints hello world, but this particular 1.py file, it doesn't have hello world in it, right? That is because it have executed hello world.py file from 1.py file. Okay, and now let me do something more complex. Let me send a request to LLM, and then we'll ask LLM to write some code. Okay, so I will define a URL. That URL will be okay. Let me just copy this piece of code from here, and I will paste it here, and then in JSON body I will remove these two things because I don't want to do any function call. And in content I will say write Python code for summing two numbers, and we will have to create a function. Let's functions, and this is the function will have a name. So write underscore code will be the name, and then description, write code for the given task. And now we need parameters for that particular function, and parameters will be of type object. And the task, it instead of task, what I want, we want LLM to write code for us, right? So let me change it to code required to complete the task. And now let me say, so this is our code, and then I will need to get the JSON from this file. So I will use this one. And let me just print response.json. Okay, OpenAI token is not defined, so I will need to define that. I will unshare my screen, and then I will get my token, or I can get this token from here itself. I will just unshare my screen, and then I will get back. Okay, so now I have defined this AI proxy token over here, and then now let's send a request. Okay, invalid param, and let's have a look at this. Missing parameter, invalid type parameter 0, missing required parameter monthly cost. This Tools of zero. Hmm. Tools. So tools is this functions, and then okay, let me ask GPT. The error indicates that type field is missing from the. Okay, its type should be function. Got it. Rerun it. Let me use this.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. When is the doubt session open, or can we ask doubts now? If
Okay. Yeah, you can ask that now.
okay, yeah, yeah. The first thing is actually on that week 3 assessment. Earlier, week 1 and week 2 used to have yes or no box. Week 3 doesn't have yes or no box at all. So it
Yeah,
takes.
that is okay. There won't be any problem with that.
Okay. So actually, and one more thing is can you see my desktop?
Yeah, it is visible.
Okay. So this week 3, right? Actually, I do not know if it's a race condition or what. Actually, within a minute only, actually for the same score, uh, it changed and then it came back. So it will pick the latest, right? Or should I again try to resubmit again all these things?
It will pick the latest one.
So this is the latest, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And regarding the lab, yeah, project thing, this task description is actually it'll take the ID of this, or what will it take?
It will it will take text prompt.
Text prompt meaning?
So it executes a plain English task. So if you scroll down,
Uh-huh.
it will execute install UV if required until
So it will take like this, is it?
yeah.
So
It
this
will
is a
take.
REST API post call, and we have to pass this string, is it? Okay. So if it's a if else case, and if we pass this, then we do this task. Is that how it is?
Yeah.
Okay. And where are the contents of these things?
So that is something if you uh, read the first task, it requires you to download a few files. So this GitHub URL, right?
oh,
Or
this one.
datagen.py. So you would have to execute this particular file using UV, and then you can the data will get generated.
Okay. For all this, it will get generated. You're saying?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. That will be good. Okay. Thank you. And okay. So for here also, what will be the description here? This whole thing will be the.
Yeah. All these 3 lines.
All these 3 lines will come as the description as the request parameters. Huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Can't it be easier to just pass in the ID like this whole string will come as it as a. Okay.
That is because there might be some other task that it needs to do apart from these predefined tasks.
What does it mean? Like,
So if you read the line below, what you have selected right now, developers will call the run task endpoint with a task description similar to the ones listed above, right? And for example, task A3. Okay, if you look at the task A3, that requires you to count number of Wednesdays, right?
yeah.
So it can be the prompt can come in English or Hindi or in Urdu. In multiple languages, it can come. So all that you need to handle. So that's why we, if you are not using
Where is the
IDs,
language here? Hindi, Urdu?
just scroll a bit down.
Down, okay.
Yeah. So over here, data content slash log में कितने रविवार है, that thing.
Okay, okay. So
So
it
prompt can
can
come
come like
in.
this, or it can come like this. Okay.
Mhm.
Equivalent sentences in multi-language, those are the input parameters. Okay. But it will have only those three sentences. It can be language independent. That's what it means, right?
No, it can be different in terms of English, or it can be a slightly different question as well. So instead of counting Wednesdays, it can ask you to count um,
Okay,
number
so
of
we need a parser there,
weeks.
is it? Actually, like it should parse this content. It's not like exactly this. Okay, it should parse this. You're saying, is that true?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. Then what is this about?
So that is about, see, there will be few new tasks which are not uh, executed earlier. So if you read B1,
Uh-huh.
so oh, okay, this is regarding so B1 is you should not delete any file even if it ask for. I mean, it is regarding so something should not get deleted, and then so these are the tasks. So
What are the trigger points? Like actually here, at least there is a REST API. There's a post call and then there's a get method. Actually, like these are the two things which they said. What are the trigger points here?
it is same trigger point. Write an API endpoint that filters a CSV file and returns JSON
So
data.
for here, the task, what is the parameter? Like fetch the data. I'm sorry, can you give an example? Fetch data from API and save it. What does this mean?
So you have some okay. Is my screen visible to you?
Oh yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Where is the screen? No. Can you
Not
please share it?
anymore. Not anymore.
Okay, is this visible now?
Sorry. Can you please share it again?
Yeah, it is.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
So if we go over here and then let us see, we go here.
This is week 4, right?
Yeah, this is week 4. Okay, rather I will use discourse example. So here if I go to network tab, and now if I go to user page, so here it sends some API call to this particular endpoint, and then in response it gets this as a response.
Okay.
So it uses this particular URL and then it sends using these cookies, right? So over here also it needs to send request to some API, and then it needs to fetch the data, and then whatever data it fetches, it needs to save somewhere. So right now it is here it is, the request is going via network tab, but it should go from your script, and then whatever response. So this is response. So this response needs to be saved in a file. Okay.
No, fetch a data from an API means what will be the URI? Like, can you give me an example?
It can be any URI. It can be
Okay,
example.com
the
or
input parameter is a URI, is it?
no, there won't be any input parameter kind of thing.
Then where will it fetch the data from?
Actually, it won't fetch data. So what it will do, it will compare your code. So whatever code you will write, okay. So there is way, like if there is some code which requires you to send some API call, then it can. I mean, we will compare your script using some LLM calls. So
We don't have to code for this, you're saying, actually? Like, this is done by you, is it? Or means the like what is the ask here? Like, what should we do here? Like, I'm not still understanding. Please, can you explain? Hello.
Jivraj, your voice is not audible.
Anybody here attempted it? Actually, like anybody, any guys have an idea?
On the first project,
Yeah, sorry. Even I have not tried
the
it. So, do you guys have any idea?
um,
Oh, yeah. Hi.
Harsha,
Yeah, yeah. Please go ahead.
okay, regarding this B part, phase B,
Yeah.
I'll we'll get back to it by tomorrow. Okay.
Okay.
So, does it require to send call to a particular URL or not? That I will confirm by tomorrow.
Yeah. Just actually, if you have what's the input JSON, what's the output response JSON, or something like that, some kind of format, it would be easy. Actually, like this is too generic. At least the first one is a little bit clear. The second one is yeah. And
the first
so
one
the
is giving
deliverables.
instruction on what to and do. The first one is giving instruction on what to do and how to do it. The second one is like vague, like really vague on what to achieve
Yeah,
here.
it's very vague. Yeah, yeah. Even I concur on that. But the deliverables are clear. Actually, can you just go to the third part? Go to the deliverables section. So here we are supposed to create the Docker image, push it, and then you need only two artifacts. One is the Git repo. The second artifact is the Docker image. That's it, right? Actually, like, and then we just build it and then expose it. Is that true? And this should be a public repository, is it? Yeah, I think I hope so. Yeah, it should be a
Yeah.
public. Okay, yeah. This is clear. And then come down. Actually, like yeah. So we are expected to use only this GPT 4.0. Okay, so this is clear. Only the second one is like not good enough.
Okay. Okay. I will get back on that.
Yeah, that would be great. And yeah, can you please go up? Actually, like
Also,
so
Jivraj,
those
another
parameters
question.
comes in part of the body, right? Actually, all those in the post body.
Which parameter are you talking about?
No, this input, like actually these three strings which you talked about, the script description.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that comes as part of the post parameter, or like actually in the body, or is it coming in the query
In the
parameter?
body. In the body.
In the body, then what is that question mark equal to? Because there is a equal to. It seems like it is a query parameter, not a body parameter.
Yeah, okay.
Because
Okay.
that is a query parameter, right? Task equal to.
Okay. Okay. We'll correct that.
No. What is the expected? Which one are you expecting? Is it
It
a
must be
query?
in the body.
Okay, so you
Yes.
want it in a
But
body.
but I will confirm it by tomorrow. Okay.
Okay.
Also,
We'll explicitly
does it
put.
mean that by, excuse me, Jivraj, sorry. But like in this post thing, by the task description, does it mean that we have to put in A1, A2 like that? Or is it going to put in a string of what it wants and we are
No, that's
supposed to
what he
figure out
means.
what it
Actually, he
means?
doesn't want an ID, Biswal. He wants the string, and that string can be in any language. He has given three descriptions. If you come to A3, yeah, please go here. Yes, this is the format. It can be any one of the format, and it can mean different also. So that's what is the expectation.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not like we're going to get an ID.
No, it would have been easier, but I think they want some kind of a parser and also like kind of a language translator. So from that we can deduce actually, and then discover what are the subtasks, and then based on that, actually, we have some conditional logic and actually go to different blocks and then execute these 10 or I don't know 10 or 8 or 9 segments. Actually, I think that's the expectation. Yeah, please can you revert back quickly? I didn't check this because there were other tasks in other courses and projects. So I'm sorry for reverting back later, but late actually. Like, if you can get back tomorrow, it would be great. Yeah, thank you,
Yeah. Yeah.
thank you, man. Thank you. I'm sorry for the interruption. Thank you.
Also, Jivraj, I had a doubt about the tokens that we are given for the AI proxy.
Okay. What is your doubt regarding that?
I I'm sure I clearly heard Carlton sir say that we have a limit of one USD. But when I
Mhm.
go to the website, the Git repo, where we get the link to check our AI proxy token and how much limit we have already crossed, it is clearly saying that I have a monthly limit of $0.5. So I'm like, I want to know which one is the correct one.
No, you can use it, Biswal. I've used it like more than 100 times. You can use it actually. Like you can use it like anything actually. Okay, so it won't limit you. You just use it.
No, there
Just
is
to
a limit.
just to clarify, yeah, officially it is $1 per month.
Yeah, but Carlton, I think you can use it more, right? Actually, even I thought actually like laugh 27, 28, 29. Actually, I used it a lot actually, but still it didn't complain much. Actually, it says like used is 0.001, $0.002, 0.03. Like,
Yeah, I mean the number of users is okay, but the
yeah, yeah,
total dollar amount
yeah.
is $1 per student per month.
Yeah, and I think it's very hard to cross that actually, like based on the
Ah,
comps.
no, it's very easy to cross if your code is not efficient.
Oh,
Then
okay, like that
then
you mean. Okay.
then we have had students in the past who have crossed the limit very easily because they've written very poorly written code, so they use up their allowance very rapidly.
Okay. That's a good criteria. Okay, yeah, thank you.
I'm Carlton at one point said that we have to be like especially careful when constructing the code also to make sure that we are not inefficiently using up our tokens.
I mean, the other thing I would say is, in case you run out of credits, just get in touch with us, and we can make some adjustments. Okay, but generally speaking, the official limit is $1. Okay.
Also, Jivraj, there is week 4 coming up. We also have to get the project started. So, do we have some kind of time frame on what to do and when to do?
You're talking about official time frame?
Not exactly official, in the next session, I guess. What will we be talking about? Will it be GA4 or will it be project? Asking which one will get prioritized more right now.
That we'll have to decide. I think we'll give more priority to project one. I think.
Also, Jivraj, I know this is a vague question. In GA3, the base 64, and like we changed the image into a base 64.
Mm-hmm.
I did that myself using a Python code. I got a base 64 URL. I mean, the image was converted into the text, and I thought it was working. Like I thought it was the correct one, but I think the base 64 was wrong because the UI in the GA3 said it was wrong. Then I found out another method to get the base 64. So I'm asking is how do we get the base 64 ourselves by using a script or something? And how do we know that it's the correct one?
Okay. Um,
I can show the code that I used. I can show the base
Wait a
64
second. Wait
encoding
a
that I
second.
got.
Is my screen visible to you?
Yes, yes, Jivraj.
So whatever encoding you have got, if you paste over here, for example, I will paste my encoding. That is question number.
4. You crossed it. Yeah, that.
Okay, it's not available over here.
Yeah, that's also another thing I noticed. All the not all the answers, but some of the answers just vanish if we like log off from the website. Some remains, but some vanish.
Okay.
Also, in the previous assignments which we have already submitted, can the check the answer button still be enabled? Like, do not obviously enable save, but because if we can check the answers, we can kind of attempt them later.
Yeah, like new, more efficient methods that we have discovered as we go on.
Okay, we'll discuss about this with Anand sir. Okay.
Jivraj's question related to this base 64 part. Can one image have multiple different iterations of base 64? Or is it
Um,
same?
it will be same.
It will be same. Then I need to check.
Okay, so if you paste that base 64 over here, okay, whatever that is, and then it will show you that exact the real image. So this was the image that was there, and if I download this image and let me save it. Now if I open this image, it is this image. Okay, if I go here and if I look for its properties, its size and these things, so it comes out to be 2.40 KB, right? And now if I compare its size over here, it is same size and even its resolution will be same. So if same the encoding is correct, then if you paste in this particular decoder, then you would get the same image, and then you can even compare it by the size of image, and you can encode the image by their encoder as well. So if you just go over here and then if you select file from local machine, and now if I encode it, I'm getting this encoding, and then from here you can copy this encoding. So this is how I have done question 4. I have copy pasted encoding from here itself.
Again, I'm checking my own code now. I see that the base64 I got from the both the methods are same. But I don't understand why the base64 I got from my script was not working while this new method worked instantaneously.
If you want, you can share your screen.
No, I mean, I think I'll see it myself. I'm sorry. Also, I'm sure that it is not allowed, but can you give some hints about what prompts I should write to make the AI in the question 9 just say yes? Because I have created stories trying to get the AI to say yes, and it's not working.
Okay, regarding that question, and which is related to base64 URL, you can paste that the encoding that you already have in the decoder, and then you can actually visually compare both those images, the actual one and the encoded one.
No, no. In question 9, the question 9 was we have to write a string that is going to make an AI, which was like commanded or like programmed not to say yes and get him to say yes. I mean, just make him
Yeah,
go
that is
against
something you will
the.
have to think about it, and then you will have to do it on your own.
Just I don't know, like I've not attempted it, but usually these kind of prompts you just have to be very like just try to fool, but like not. Well, if I say something more, I make your the answer.
Mm.
Okay, I guess thank you for helping.
I mean, one thing you could do is look up old discourse posts because they had the same question in ROE last time.
That is nice.
There are lots of suggestions on there of people who managed to successfully do it. So that will give you a
Oh,
flavor of what you could try.
thank you for that, Carlton. I'll check it out.
Okay, does anyone else have any questions?
So has the session ended or something?
No,
No.
because
Okay.
no one has any doubts. We are
Okay.
just
Okay.
sitting here.
Okay. So like see I have not attempted GA3 to be honest. I am going to do that. But GA2 I attempted. Obviously, like the deadline has passed. But I got stuck in this Docker Podman question. I'll probably attempt it again. So that was I was saying that if I can check the answer, that would be splendid. Even if I do it later.
If I can ask, I mean, you got stuck means like, can you elaborate?
Like, I actually ended up installing Docker. Then tried solving it with Docker. Then I installed Podman. And then I was like, I got stuck with something. Mm, I think,
Okay, Ritik, maybe you can share your screen and exactly explain what you are trying to do.
okay, that I suppose I'm not sure if I
I mean, the
told
deadline is passed,
the
the
deadline is
question is
passed.
gone, so I don't think he can exactly show what he was trying to do.
Yes, but
I mean, do you have the files?
I don't know. Like I just first was trying to run something, but then I'm not sure if it is. Uh, where is that? Yeah. So yes. So I have to add this tag right to the Docker thing, but it was not happening. It was just showing me this. My image does not exist locally with tag this. But then I was trying to create it right, but then it was still not happening. Can you see it? Like Docker push first container.
Mm-hmm.
Then something it was doing, the request this kind of resources denied or something. Then I did Docker push Docker this, but this also did not, nothing happened. Then I tried to push with the tag that if somehow it works, but it did not work. So then later on I installed Podman, but then the deadline was very close and like I'm definitely going to give the full day tomorrow to the assignment instead of giving 5 hours. So yeah, that's definitely not.
Jivraj, like I don't, I don't exactly remember how I did this, but I just wanted to ask: do we have to do this using the command prompt, or is there some way to just do it from the website? Because I think I never opened the command prompt in doing that question.
Seriously. Huh.
I seriously don't remember, but I'm
Yeah,
sure
I'll try doing with the
that I
website.
did not use command prompt anywhere. I used the website mostly or something.
Okay, which website did you use?
I used Docker. Docker,
Huh.
I opened an account and I did something, but I can't remember what I did.
That looks like a very simple thing to do and stupid of me.
Maybe you used Docker Desktop.
Uh, or
Ah,
CD.
yes, I downloaded the app and
Like, I did not even see Docker desktop even though I downloaded it. How do you do it using Docker desktop? Maybe I just try once and then.
I have to see the question again. For the life of me, I can't remember what I did.
It's okay. I'll try doing it myself first because like the deadline is passed. No point discussing it right now. I'll just do the other stuff first, and then maybe I can ask later if I get stuck. I just gave myself 5 hours to do the assignment, which was very enough.
I mean, usually 5 hours is not enough for me. Like I've been doing these assignments for days on end. Especially GA2 for some reason took lots of my times for some reason. Especially the last questions of like running the local server on a different API.
Ah, the ngrok thing, no?
Yes, yes. No, no, not ngrok thing. The fast API thing.
Okay,
Ngrok, I just caught
fast
on to it.
API. Fast API question I was also not able to do because of the time finishing. Like I did 8 questions, but the last two I
At
was.
the end of it, I got everything. I mean, I got full marks. Everything was fine. But I distinctly remember fast API was somehow that was the most problematic thing to solve for me because a lot of different things were happening. Ngrok was easy. I
Yeah.
mean,
ngrok.
there was a hiccup Carlton sir, if he can remember, I just deleted my system path variables in installing ngrok. But that was my own foolishness, I guess.
Okay,
Ritik,
maybe. Huh?
you try that question, and then I will try to record a video, and then I will upload it on G Drive, and maybe I will
On where?
post it on Discourse.
Okay, okay. I'll follow this course.
Jivraj, can you also make a small recap for how to do the fast API questions from the GA2?
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, so if the session is over, so maybe I'll take your leave as well. It's only.
Also, Jivraj, I think you should stop recording. I mean, nothing much is happening right now.
Oh.
Stop recording.